Hello, children. I love simple ones. Man writes, "Hey, Aaron, loving the content. I've gone through several of your books now, as well as many hours of your YouTube videos, too. With that said, allow me to get to the point. I'll try to keep this as short as possible, but there's a bit of context that I need first to provide before I get to the question. Please charge as you see fit. For starters, know that he's a youngish man, 140-ish IQ, living in Tokyo. Thanks to my intelligence, I've been able to cruise through most of my life and haven't really found a problem that my mind hasn't been able to easily crack with a bit of learning. I currently work in a department and am very good at what I do. Like when you were in finance, though, I struggle to find things to fill my time. I execute quickly and definitively and then run out of things to do. Also, the IQ gap. Oh, boy, there's a book. Maybe that's why I should have written that book, The IQ Gap. Also, the IQ gap has me quickly becoming an arrogant ass. Due to Japanese labor laws, I essentially have a job for life that pays more than enough for me to travel domestically every weekend without worry. Also, as long as I don't spit on the CEO or something, I am never getting fired. In my current company, I have lots of freedoms. Most of the other people don't, due to my ability. Simply put, I've evolved my skill set to the point that I don't think anyone else actually knows what I do. All they see is there's a lot of money coming in. I think that's all they care about. Like right now, I'm trying to help out a couple people who have been laid off with the coronavirus. And you know, it's not a job, you know, I'm not going to support anybody, but I'm like, dude, I'll pay you, you know, cause I want to work on other projects. I'm making pretty good money. A lot of that, thank you guys with all your super chats and all that. So, but I'm short on time. I'm like, okay, so I'm paying some other people to do some projects for me because they're laid off and they need the money. And you know what's great about these people? I don't care how they get it done. They just get it done. People don't care what you do, or they don't even have to understand how you do it. Did it work? When I turned the key, did the car go on? I don't give a shit how the engine works. The car went on. Let's go. So yeah, the fact they don't have to babysit you, that is, oh, that's wonderful. Now here comes the stupid part, despite his 140 IQ. I keep toying with the idea of leaving this cushy gig for a smaller venture or something with more inspiring problems and coworkers. The last, being at a listed company handles major headaches for me, like taxes, all these immigration thing, I guess, which I need to reside in Japan. In discussions with other expats in my field, I've come to realize that everyone is either stuck dealing with a horde of ineffectual idiots or has a small and talented agency struggling to get by. There's your answer. This is the answer of all. The grass is not greener on the other side. You just asked everybody, and everyone says, no, the grass is equally brown shitty. It's shitty brown. I know you think if it's small, you're dealing with a psychopathic, egotistical dude bro boss who doesn't know their finances, doesn't have their shit together, and you may have some good, young, fast talent, but they're invariably headed up by a fucking idiot, right? And they go under. That's what it is. That's what startups are, okay? I remember I worked at a startup. I was the finance director. I was actually using my skills, but it was headed up by a psychopath who's curiously now just disappeared from the internet. I can't find him anymore. Right? But it's a sinking boat. Then you could go on the large, stable boat that's just filled with disease-infested morons as well. And maybe, it's not moving, but at least it's floating. It's everybody's shitting on the decks. No one's getting, it's all backstabby. All right? But that's your biggest, so, you know, what is it? Shit sandwich or a turd salad? Which one do you want? Sadly, many Japanese businesses would rather just deal with a fossil of an old company than a younger nimble one. Here are my questions. Does it make any sense to just make the most of my less than perfect environment, abuse it to the max, i.e. go to the gym for 2 hours during lunch, work on my side project during hours, and then find some meaning and travel on the weekends? Or should I try to find my place? God damn it. Hang on. Let me pull up I just did a consultation for a guy who doesn't understand freedom. I'm going to give, you guys are all pissed off. I'm charging $600 for the seminar, but then you're all going to make mistakes like this. All right, where'd it go? Here we go. It's in the chat room again. Does it make sense to just make the most of my less than perfect environment, abuse it to the max, i.e. go to the gym for 2 hours during lunch, work on my side project during work hours, and then find meaning and travel on the weekends? Or should I try to find a place where I can work on more challenging issues that stimulate me intellectually, given that marketing is actually one of my passions? Okay, guy, You want to find point and purpose in life in work. Right? You work on your side projects. That's self-employment. That's better than you want to find your passion. You want to go into this field. You want to go and work on side projects that make your own money so you don't even have a boss, you have unlimited income. Or should I trade that all in to try and take a gamble at a place where I'm passionate and people I found my people. When you just asked everybody in all of Japan, they said, no, that place doesn't exist. Your understanding of freedom is wrong. Freedom is not going to some team or group of people. That's camaraderie. That I get, right? But freedom, especially you have entrepreneurial inclinations and you got these projects you can work on the side, that's freedom. Because freedom is not going to an office for 50 hours a week. I don't know where your commute is in Japan, right? It's not having to go to work at all, right? That's real freedom. I provided the link to the seminar there, Bill. So you have a company that pays for everything. And on the side, like I did at several of my jobs, I worked on my side projects because they couldn't keep up with me. And that's inevitably what set me free. Or do you go find some pissant little startup that sounds edgy, you get to be, and then it loses funding. It doesn't get its latest round of funding in 6 months, you're out of it. Don't you dare drop out of this good, cushy luxury job you got. Don't you dare. It does not get any better than this. This is like you've been married to a gal for 10 years. She's 35. She's still hot. She cooks. She cleans. She's an engineer at night. She's a nymphomaniac. I know she's an engineer during the day, a nymphomaniac at night. She does everything you want. And then there's a cute piece of 23-year-old tail that walks by. And she's like, hey, I like to party and drink. You're like, oh, should I trade it in for that? That might be better. No, you moron. Stay at the fucking job you got. You could go to the gym. There's these jobs out there. They exist where you get so proficient. You're just that guy for that job at that time. And you get that work done in 2 hours, and then you can go around, do whatever you want. Keep that job. Absolutely keep it. You make more than enough money. You're stable. They take care of everything. Your life is on easy mode, and now you have the time to work on other stuff, some of which might actually set you free. The irony, you have a side project that would be a startup, right? That you want to start your own company, but then you're like, well, fuck that. I want to go work for somebody else's startup, but make him or her the money. Are you nuts? Assuming that I opt to stay, how do I not lose self-respect or end up loathing the mindless drones that I currently work with who are all abysmal at their jobs? You don't. You don't lose self-respect. Oh, wait. How do you not lose self-respect? Why would you lose self-respect? What is that? How is that a reflection upon you? Turd salad or shit sandwich? Which one do you want? I don't see how. That's all that's on the menu. And you're like, I feel bad. I've lost self-respect because all that's on the menu is turd salad or shit sandwich. I don't see how the labor market, whether here or in Japan, how it's evolved into its current day form is your responsibility or obligation. Why do you lose self-respect? I'm losing you there. What are you talking about? Make your fucking money. And then if you don't feel challenged, channel that towards your projects. That's what your projects are for. Don't you dare take your hard work, your creativity and innovation and go make money for somebody else. You make money for yourself, motherfucker. Fuck those. Fuck the startups. Fuck the entrepreneurs. You go be an entrepreneur. And then loathing the mindless drones. You will look, you have okay, have you read this book? Have you read this book? You are going to loathe the mindless drones no matter what because you have an incredibly high IQ. Everyone is a fucking moron compared to you. And I'm not even talking politics, just IQ. But throw in politics and how sheepish people are. Dude, what? You're going to go work for a startup and there's not going to be idiots there? Let's say you work at a really high level startup. You go get a sandwich. What, did you not just walk into normie world? You're going to be equally pissed off. You are going to loathe the mind-numbing robots no matter what. And if you get to my stage, you say, how can I capitalize? How can I take advantage of these mind-numbed robots? But no. I don't know why. What do you care if they're mindless drones that are abysmal at their jobs? What do you care? You got an easy job. It doesn't affect you. You really, again, it's also in that seminar, you really need to practice stoicism. You really need to learn what you do and do not control and not to let that affect your life. That's the hard part. It's easy to identify what you do and don't control. It's really hard not to get pissed off at shit that you don't control. Thanks. So sorry for the longish email. Rather pay you more than be able to get better advice. No, it was a perfectly fine lengthy email. I asked you what your plan B was. I don't want to mention it. Yeah, most jobs look like, he's talking about looking for other, most jobs look like 2 times the headaches and for a 20% increase in pay. Yeah, man. Dude, you don't want to even get promoted sometimes. I remember refusing promotion. I know this is security, but I looked at it, I'm like, I don't want a promotion. I don't want to do paperwork. I don't want to spend an extra 30 minutes. I want to go home. I much rather the liberties I have now. Yes, dude, do not fuck up what you have. Please do not fuck up what you have, okay? Take advantage of it all and just be happy with what you got. You're not, it's the grass is definitely not greener on the other side. All right. Jeremiah Young, Humans in Springfield, Missouri for $5. Artists, musicians, and athletes always get laid. Women love men with talent. Yeah, not always. I mean, you got to be physically good looking. You got to be a good musician too. You can't be up there, your acoustic guitar. Hey man, I'm going to do. No, you can't. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. See you guys later. Toodles.